Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Child girl, if you are new here, girl, I am Tanya, thrift queen, girl, a lover of all the things. So if you're into fashion, thrifting, interior design, girl, a little bit of gardening, girl, just all the things, make sure you are subscribed to the vibe. Okay, you don't want to miss one of the videos. You want to be one of the girls. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So as you can tell by the title of the video, y'all, today's video is going to be about fall trends, shoes, and particularly more so in a New York Fashion Week type of vibe. So as y'all know, I've been going through purging my closet. I've been cleaning the closet. I'm currently in the closet room. So you see that the rack is up behind me. I got the lighting up. So we're gonna do another video as far as my closet room. But that video or that content really kind of got me already thinking about fall. Girl, we should be done buying all the summer things. Okay, it's August. Okay, it's time for fall. So it made me want to think about what's in my closet, the things that I currently have, what do I need, what kind of gaps do I have in my closet, in particular when it comes to shoes. So we're just going to start with shoes and kind of sort of what I think is upcoming for fall and what kind of I already have. So the perspective that I want to do this from is from a New York Fashion Week kind of content. And so y'all remember last year I did a video where I kind of did like, girl, if I was going to New York Fashion Week and what would I wear, right? So it was kind of sort of manifesting a New York Fashion Week. Again, I'm not going to New York Fashion Week this year, but you know, we still in the mindset of manifesting. And y'all, I think the reason why I guess I'm not going, cause it's, girl, I could, get a plane ticket, book a hotel and go to Fashion Week, right? But then it's like, I need to, what's gonna be the purpose for that? At least for me and at least my audience. Yeah, you know, you're in the streets of New York, you know, it's Fashion Week going on, the chances that you might be getting your photo taken. But like, what else besides that? Would I be going to New York Fashion Week, of course, at my expense? Now, yes, you know, I would love a brand trip, brand sponsorship, but you know, let's be honest, I'm just not at that point yet. But, you know, I would love to have an opportunity to meet the girlies and, you know, just meet other fellow creators. But it would just have to make sense for me. Number one, financially, and then from also a kind of a business perspective. Because if I'm gonna have to spend $5,000 of my own money, that's just, you know, a number I'm throwing out there. What's gonna be the return on that investment? So I ain't going this year, but I'm gonna manifest it still. And then if I was going this year, what would I take? And this is gonna kind of help me build my fall shoe wardrobe or what's in my closet for fall with that in my mind. So we're gonna dive right into this, girl. Get you a cup of tea, okay? Because I don't do coffee, but if you drink coffee, girl, get you some tea, get you some matcha, whatever it is. Girl, let's dive on into the fall 2025. Shoe trends. All right, so we're gonna start off strong, okay? And y'all, I have my phone here because I have taken notes, and so I kind of want to make sure we stay on topic, okay? So what we're gonna start with for fall shoe trends, we're gonna go into the boots category. And the first thing I think for me, of course, you guys would be, we all know Western is all the things. Beyonce just ushered in this whole Western vibe era, and then a suede or some type of knee-high boots. So I'm gonna start there, and I already have at least one pair of suede boots, and hopefully you guys, I'll be able to, you know, put some links in the description box below, so just so you can have a point of reference for some of the things that I'm gonna be mentioning. Some of this will be luxury, some of this will be affordable, and then some of this is probably things that I've thrifted. So for my first tall suede boot, we're gonna go with the Maison Margielas. And we're gonna go with these. I bought these boots last year. Y'all know these are, girl, talked about. Everybody kind of sort of has them. They come in multiple colorways, but you know, the majority of the girlies all have the nude. So I know that this suede boot situation would be absolutely perfect in the fall. I'm glad that I have it in my wardrobe. Not sure that I need another color in this, but if I did kind of go with another color, I did see there was a maroon, there's a green. Of course, it's probably black, but you need a suede boot. You need a suede boot in your wardrobe for sure. And then I love this one also because the heel is minimal. So I'm also into my minimum heel vibes. I don't want super tall heels anymore. So I love these. I got these from Amazon. I'll make sure I have them linked, but y'all already know Maison Margiela If you want to spend, I think, what, $1,200 for these boots, you can absolutely spend that. But I have found that the quality of these from Amazon is good. I had no issues with these. I've worn them a couple times, and I did recently buy a jersey. So I'm thinking more of a street style vibe. But I bought a Cleveland Browns jersey because y'all don't know. If you don't know, girl, I'm a football fan. And I love Shador, and he played Friday night, and I went on there and got me a Cleveland Browns jersey. But this will be a cute jersey moment, or a cute chic street vibe with the jersey and these boots. So, girl, you need a pair of suede boots, for sure. And I also think you need animal print. You gotta have some animal print. Animal print just adds the right texture. It can give a good off pattern in a look. So y'all already know I love animal print. So one of my favorites that I found these, you guys, off of Poshmark. This one is still giving a Western style vibe, but I love these. Girl, what is this brown zebra print situation? Super bomb. Like I said, I found these off of Poshmark. I've had these several years, but they do still also give me, you know, the Western style of this boot. The heel is not too bad, maybe 3 inches at the most, but I found these. I love these, but I also feel like you do need an animal print of some sort, whether you're a cow print, whether you are a snake skin, whether you're a croc print, zebra. Girl, you need a good zebra boot. All right, so the next boots that I want to share, you guys, these also meet the Western vibe, but they're giving me animal print. They're a little bit lower. They're definitely giving me cowgirl, but they also are giving me the buckle details. You guys, these are a pair of Jeffrey Campbell's. Y'all, I found these thrifted. Okay, these were $10. I found them thrifting at, I think, Thrift Mart here in Huntsville, but super cute. I love the buckle details on these. Again, another snake skin print option. Girl, what can I say? And then I also have them in this other colorway. So I found these both on the same day. So girl, I don't know, sis dropped off all her things. So I found these in this colorway. So it's definitely still giving me, you know, a Western vibe, but it's a short boot. The heel is not too tall. So again, girl, we're in New York Fashion Week and we running around, you know, the streets of New York, something that's not too heavy, something that still gives a statement moment. And I just think that these would be super perfect for a look. Whether you did, you know, a midi skirt, pants, jeans, you know, I kind of would want something where I could at least show you the buckles so that you can see the buckles in the boots. But I think, you know, again, we're sticking to the Western. We got an animal print. We got some texture. We got buckles, I think are very trending for 2025. So I don't think animal print is ever going anywhere. I'm sure gonna wear my animal print all the time. So I definitely think you need to find those. And if you can find them thrifting, girl, save your money, more bang for your buck. But you know, stuff is kind of giving me like a, you can kind of do a bohemian style with this, right? So you can kind of do, you know, like a bohemian vibe with just maybe like a streetwear urban style. Okay, that's what I think. Just think about like a statement belt. You can think about like a chunky sweater. You know, leather will work with these. So I would keep that in mind, but I definitely would have that. And then sort of for an honorable mention in this video, y'all know that I found these boots thrifting as well. And these boots, I actually have these boots. I got these boots from Akira, but I did find them thrifting, and I found the same boot, but then I also found it in white. So I have this boot also in white, and then also this, again, another animal print. But of course, you guys know, if you don't, you know, animal print is not your vibe, definitely black, neutral, nude. Again, the Maison Margiela dupes that I found, girl, they give the nude vibe. So I also think that these will be perfect. I could see myself rocking this during New York Fashion Week, street style. I could glam this up. So we're in the tall boots. This is what you need. I feel like fall 2025, you need a pair of one of these or all of these, girl, in your wardrobe for fall. So we're gonna move on from the boots. All right, y'all, so the next category that I feel that you need in your fall wardrobe for shoes is a category or a pair that I don't even have a whole lot of. I want to kind of get a little bit more into it, but girl, I don't know. I got to put it in rotation. I got to figure it out, but I feel like you definitely need loafers. Loafers are, they're trending. The girlies love them. I just have to kind of get into it. I want to get into it because I do love the vibe that these give. And so y'all already know that I think the loafers kind of give I think more so like a schoolgirl. Like if you want to go for like a schoolgirl prep type of vibe, I think loafers absolutely give that. And I think the loafer category along with like a bomb Mary Jane. So I think you need a bomb Mary Jane. So you guys, these loafers are loafers that I got. Girl, I got these loafers thrifting. They are a pair of Aldo loafers. And I think the thing that I also love about these is also the patent leather. So you kind of, you know, kill kind of two birds in one stone. But I'm gonna pop up a picture because there are some from Miu Miu that I absolutely love. And I don't know if you guys follow Shanae Walker. You probably do, but Shanae Walker, I'll pop up a picture, has styled these brown Miu Mius. I love them. And I think, you know, I love when the girls do the skirts with the Miu Miu or the loafers. And then I also love that, you know, you can kind of do a jeans denim look and still give off like that preppy vibe. My favorite fashion icon, one of my favorites, Amanda Murray. I'm sure to be popped up on the screen, you guys. She just does loafers in a manner that I absolutely love. Her style to me, even though some of these pictures I found are from way back when, or, you know, 2-3 years ago, her style is just so timeless that it still stands the test of time. And it still lets me know that, you know, whatever she kind of puts together and puts on, you guys, it's a vibe, right? And we all love Amanda, but I think loafers are super bomb. I just got to figure out making the loafers work for me. So I have one pair already. I'm gonna, you know, maybe invest in some other pairs. I love how she styles them. Maybe something that's a bit more embellished. I might like that a little bit more, but I think you need loafers. You need a pair of loafers, whether you just get one. And I think Mason Margiela has like a square-toed loafer. I absolutely love those. So I might try my hands at that. Hopefully I have that popped up on the screen so you can see, but you need a loafer, okay? Loafers get the job done. And then there's comfort. You know, again, we're running around the streets of New York. We need comfort. We need style, but we also need comfort. And I know the girlies are not, you know, most times running around with 10-inch heels on. Not necessary. But you guys, in the category of a Mary Jane, y'all, I caved. And I bought the Marc Jacobs pumps. I think they're called the doll pump. I think they're called the doll pumps, but you guys, I love these. They're chunky. I love the heel. They're different. They're unique. They are, oh Lord, who is texting me? Let me turn this off because they interrupted what we got. Anyway, so I love those, right? So I ended up grabbing them from Marc Jacobs. I can't wait for them to get here. I will definitely share those when I get them in the mail. But those pumps are just fun. They are interesting. They're elevated. There's something you need. You can take a basic, you know, preppy style look and just put those with it. Super bomb, super fly with socks, girl skirts, jeans. I love those. So I ended up getting the Marc Jacobs pumps, the doll pumps, and girl, they just fit into my loafers Mary Jane category. I think you need to have them both in your wardrobe for fall, but girl, that's just me, but get you some loafers for sure. All right, y'all, so the next style that I feel that you need for your fall wardrobe is what we're gonna call like your sports luxe sneaker, right? So we need, you know, I'm into a street style, so we need something bold, we need something sporty. We just need a bomb street vibe. And you guys, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but I love what they call the boxing sneaker. Okay, go with me here. I know it's something different. It's something a little bit on the edge, but I love it. Okay, so who did I see? So my girl Tia. So I was thinking about, okay, what am I gonna, you know, I wanna kind of incorporate this, and it's been like 2 weeks ago. And then my girl Tia over on Instagram went to, her and her family took a trip to Disney, and so she had like this sporty look, this cute girly flirty sporty look, but she had on the Adidas like boxing sneaker. I about fell on the floor because I was like, oh my God, I've been looking, you know, at these and I've been wanting a pair. So you guys, I'm into the sporty boxy, you know, boxing sneaker vibe. I think it's a perfect street style chill. You can dress it up, girl, you can dress it down. I'm excited about it. So I ended up y'all grabbing two, right? So the first one I want to talk about, you guys, old classic piece of Converse. So I got the Converse XX highs. So I can't wait. They're black and white. They also have them in all white. They had them in like a bluish color. Of course, the black and white that I have, and then they have it in the all black. So I ended up with the black and white because I just like black and white. I think it's super bomb and sporty. And so I cannot wait to rock them. But I think that, you know, a bomb sports street style sneaker vibe is definitely what you need. I know the girlies also been loving the Miu Miu, like the New Balance Time Miu Miu, and I like those too. I think those are a unique sneaker as well. So I think if you have just like some type of bomb sneaker for New York Fashion Week, or just in your wardrobe for fall, again, comfort. Okay, we can give style and we can give comfort, especially if you're more of a street style, you know, mixing a feminine masculine vibe, or you kind of got like a little bit of an androgynous energy. I think you know, those would be perfect in your wardrobe. But y'all, I found the perfect pair, and I spent a little coin for these, but they're from Lorode, I think is how you pronounce the brand. So I got them from Lorode, and they were on sale. So here I pop up a picture so you can see the Lorode boxing sneaker style. I cannot wait to get those boots. They were $288, I believe. Yeah, they were $288. They were half off. They're 50% off from their website. But y'all, again, it's just a vibe, okay? It's comfort. I'm thinking, you know, I like something high top. I like, you know, something that, you know, doesn't, you know, kind of can cover my legs a little bit, especially if it's a little bit cooler. Can you think of like a mini skirt, or like a high split skirt in those boots? Child, girl, chef's kiss. And I think, you know, for New York Fashion Week, a streetwear look is just gonna be the vibe. So I think that those are bomb. I think you need to have a pair of those. Boxing style sneaker, especially if you got a little bit more of an edgy, or if you know you like a little more girly flirty, those Miu Miu sneakers I think will also be bomb for New York Fashion Week, and something that you should have in your wardrobe. I like the nude colors, and then I think there's like a brown. So girl, any one of those in my opinion would be perfect for your wardrobe for the fall. So definitely, girl, get you like some type of sports luxe sneaker. I think you need to have in your wardrobe. All right, y'all, so we've talked about what? Western, suede, like tall boot situation, some croc and animal print in there. We talked about your Mary Janes and your loafers. We talked about having, you know, your sports looks sneaker, but I also feel like, you know, you need to have some type of pump. You need like some type of embellished pump for fall 2025. Something that maybe has some pearl in it, maybe floral. I think floral is gonna be a big print for the fall. So I have a pair of, y'all, some Kurt Geigers. Now, and I'm looking at my notes because I thought about, you know, this would be something fun for like a New York, like a after party. You know, you're going from, you know, a show to, you know, a party or an event afterwards. So I think that these would be super bomb. And yeah, I think you need an embellished pump. So I've had these from Girl to People's Kurt Geiger. So I bought these heels from them. These are called the Kensington Platforms. And I got these in also a pretty colorway. And I think I found these, you guys. Maybe I found these, I think, at Dillard's, but I love these. The color in these, the embellishment, I think they add just like some type of pop of glam to a fit. I mean, the colorfulness, the pearls that are in them. I love these. I think these would be fun. I think you do need some type of embellished heel in your wardrobe. And for me, because they are like a little bit of a platform, girl, comfort. Because again, you guys, I'm kind of over, you know, 6-inch heels. Okay, give me a kitten heel, give me a flat, something cute, comfortable. That's Tanya's vibe right now. Okay, so I think these would be perfectly, perfect for, you know, your fall wardrobe. Again, you got a little peep toe situation. So if you need a peep toe heel, and then you need something with a little bit of color. And then I love the blush pink in this. And I can see this just even with a simple outfit. So, you know, a white button down, some jeans, and then a fun heel. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. So I think you do need an embellished heel in your closet. And I think, you know, if you don't, you know, need a colorway per se, you know, you can definitely always do these in neutrals, but I think having something fun, you need something fun that's going to add a little something to your outfit. It would be perfect for fall. So I do feel like you need an embellished heel. These came from Dillard's. I don't even know how much they were, but I got these from Dillard's, and they, you know, super nice, super cute. And girl, you need an embellished heel. Okay. I said what I said. All right, so one of my last categories that I feel like you need fall 2025 is, I think you need a peep toe or like some type of satin heel, okay? Go with me here. I'm thinking like the Louis Vuitton, the ballerina. Like I think you need like that and that little satin lace up, wrap around the ankle type of situation. I think you absolutely need. Think of this as more so like, especially if you're more of a streetwear, masculine type, masculine feminine vibe, you know, think like androgynous, like a chic androgynous look, okay? That I feel like a satin or like some type of peep toe would give. We already talked about the peep toe in my, you know, embellished heel. So we got that marked there. But a satin heel would be super bomb. So you guys, of course, like I said, I mentioned, is it the Louis Vuittons that are doing the ballerina style? And then I think Jeffrey Campbell also has a ballerina style. But you guys, I found these heels off of Amazon, okay? Now, I grabbed these because I thought about wearing these for the wedding with that black dress that I have. But these satin heels are super bomb, and Anaya is standing y'all to the left of me, so she must want something. But I'm gonna film this clip and then, girl, please, I'm film this clip and then we'll come back. I'll come back tonight. But these, you guys, are super cute. Don't go nowhere, boo. These are super cute. So I found these again, like I said, off of Amazon. These are giving the bomb, like ballerina heel situation, and then of course with the lace strap. So I think this will be super bomb, you know, strapped around the ankle, again giving like an androgynous street style look. But I feel like you do need a satin, you need a satin pump, you need like a something sexy satin heel. Date night, or girl, date night, girl, this could be night look, a night look. Girl, if you are on a date at New York Fashion Week, that's your business. But I think, you know, a night look, something sexy, all black, girl, you can't go wrong. I do like the nude pinkish, like it's a nude kind of pinkish giving girl ballerina style. But, and I know Jeffrey Campbell also has a version of this as well that I think is really nice. But girl, I found these on Amazon and girl, they comfortable. I've walked around the house in these, just girl kind of testing them. But super bomb. I'll definitely have these linked in the description box, but you do need a satin pump for fall. Girl, add one to your wardrobe. Super bomb. All right, y'all. So the last shoe, honorable mention, is another boot. And I think that you just need a fun, funky pair of boots. Now, the brand on these is called All In. You guys, I'm gonna pop up a picture because Amanda, I have found so many looks where Amanda has worn these boots and I love them down. I got them last year. You guys, I got these boots off of Amazon. I love them. Now, I'm pretty sure the quality of these are not as bomb as, you know, the actual All Ins, but girl, $1,200. You do the math, but here they are, you guys. These are just a bomb, funky boot, okay? This is me in my leather boot vibe, and I love these. Almost to the point that I probably would make the investment in the actual all-in boots. And I think I've seen Amanda wear these also in like a flat. So they make sort of kind of this same style where it's just cut off here, but it's a flat. But then again, you guys, again, a fun boot, but it's not tall. It's a low heel, so we got comfort here. And I just love how she styled them. She has styled these boots in so many ways. It just me, I need to recreate. You know what? I really need to recreate some of her looks just in like a thrifted, you know, type of vibe, or styling like what's in my closet, because she just eats down. She just gets it. Her style is so my style in terms of just the uniqueness, taking classics, luxury items, even though I know her wardrobe is, you know, top tier. Okay, she's got all the pieces, but I'm just so inspired by her style. But she styled these, like I said, I got these from Amazon. Of course, if they're still available, I'll make sure that I link them below if I haven't linked them already. But I just love these boots. Okay, the all-in dupes, super bomb. So those are all the boots, you guys. What did we say? We needed a Western tall boot, suede boot. We need boots with the animal print. You must have those. We said that we also need our Mary Janes and a pair of loafers. So you need to make sure you have a pair of those in your wardrobe. I do think you probably need a red boot. I didn't mention red in my video, but I do feel like, you know, a red boot would be perfect. What else did we say? We need that embellished heel. You definitely need that. Oh, and we said we needed us a boxing style sneaker. So you need a fun sneaker in your wardrobe. And then also, you know, some honorable mentions, as well as, girl, you need like a satin pump, like a peep toe satin pump. So those are my initial thoughts of what you need in your wardrobe for fall 2025. And definitely from the lens of, girl, what would I take with me to New York Fashion Week? Oh Lord. the whole mic just undropped. But definitely what I feel like you would need to take with you to New York Fashion Week. Must-haves, right? So I'm gonna come back because we're gonna deep dive into bags I feel like you need. We're gonna, you know, as we're just purging the closet, we're gonna be talking about fall, what we need in our wardrobe for fall, what we, you know, should get rid of, you know, girl, from blazers, tops, dresses, bottoms, all the things, right? Just from a New York Fashion Week perspective. So let me know, you guys, if this video was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, I know it's a little bit different than, you know, my normal weekly uploads where, girl, I'm going thrifting, but girl, it's still fashion, okay? We're still talking about fashion. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you roll out, especially if you love fashion content videos. We're talking all things fall, so be on the lookout for that. My videos going forward will be talking about fall. We'll kind of start to style some fall things. But yeah, girl, this was fun. I enjoyed this, so I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.